I don't know. What are the rules for mounts? I haven't read the rules for mounts.
There are no rules for mounts. In fact, the table rule for this session is going to be nobody opens a book. There should be no need to look up anything in any of the books. The only book I'm going to need is my monster manual, and none of you should even have the monster manual as players. What are you even talking about?
I have the monster manual. I'm just not going to open it.
Yeah, see. I can't even get into my Imgur account. I don't know why. Interesting. So, the idea is that Parsley Ice Swirls, who is a drow princess with terrible stats, is the heiress to an Underdark kingdom that is seeking to overcome their abysmal public relations by sending their crown princess out into the world to do business. And she's done horribly, because look at these stats. But she managed to set up a trade route in the past couple of years, involving several different villages along a couple of key rivers. And at the juncture of these two rivers is a thriving farm town called Lanador. And Lanador is a breadbasket town. The surrounding farmland provides much of the grain for the human kingdoms in which it is situated, and they also do good trade with faraway kingdoms, one of which being Parsley's Underdark Extravaganza. The rest of you have been hired on by the royal family of the Ice Swirls Kingdom to serve as bodyguards for the princess during her travels. And it's a problem that I can't get into Imgur because I can't change this artwork back.
Don't worry, it's giving Nick a little bit of time to get back.
Like
he didn't hear a word you just said.
I have an Imgur. Oh, he's not back yet?
No, he hasn't heard a
He's
word
not
you
in the
just said.
chat.
Oh, I just signed in. There we go. Good. Good. I thought we had him. I'm going to have to repeat all of that. Okay, I can put the grid back on when I need it.
Hello.
Nick's back. There he is.
Welcome back, Nick.
My connection was going up and down for some reason, but I think it's fixed now.
Lightning? It wasn't lightning?
No, there's no. It's a beautiful day outside.
Maybe it's the lightning striking so hard here it's knocking your internet out.
In Seattle, could be.
That's how it works. Seattle gets all the rain and Tampa Bay gets all the lightning. So Nick, while you were gone, because I didn't know you were gone, I started the adventure.
Oh, okay.
It's like this. Parsley Ice Swirls is the princess of a drow kingdom that is trying to branch out in trade to the lands above. And one of the villages they do trade with is the village of Lanador. Lanador is situated at the juncture of two major rivers in the area. And because of its position here, it enjoys a lot of trade in a lot of different directions. Very rich farmland, stretching out for miles and miles outside of the village. And some of this grain and beer and other sorts of tradable crops have made their way into Parsley's kingdom over the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the PCs have been hired on to be Parsley's bodyguards during her adventures into the lands above, much, I'm sure, to their chagrin. But there's been a problem.
Hey, I'm a fair elf.
The last month or so, you all down in the Underdark Kingdom were expecting a large shipment to come in from along the trade route from Lanador, and it was very, very light. And it looks as though all of the crops, everything that was supposed to come in from Lanador, was not there. And in fact, the merchants that had gone through Lanador to collect these goods and bring them to the mountains didn't bother to make the trip. And so, as a public relations misstep, the royal family has decided to send Parsley to the village of Lanador to find out why this shipment has gone awry. Now I need to get rid of this stretched out artwork and get the regular table back. And these we can just get rid of. We don't need those ever again. So you crest a small hill, and the plains before you dip down into a long and shallow valley. And you see the two rivers slip down into this valley and converge, and then lead off south to the sea. And in between the two rivers is the sleepy village of Lanador. You see the green and amber checker squares spreading out across the valley, signaling the presence of the many farmsteads that supply the regions and the Ice Swirl's kingdom, supplies their agricultural trade. One in particular, though, that you can see far off in the distance, too far away to make out any details, but from here it just looks like shines and strips and swirls of vibrant color. And as you descend into the valley and make your way towards the village, you find many of the farms in ill repair. Rotting crops, wandering livestock, open fences. The houses and such aren't in disrepair. Things aren't crumbling, it just looks untended to. And you're walking along a wagon-rutted dirt path down into the gentle slope of the valley. And between the path and the nearest field of grain rests a wagon and a handful of ragged tents. And this is the first human contact you've seen since you've entered the valley. And from behind the tents, you hear a frenzied shouting. So, let me draw this out here. So we're going to have like a fire pit in the middle, and a couple of just really ragged looking tents around this fire pit. You all will be approaching from the south, which is going to be the bottom of the table. So can we shrink those Game Boy cartridges down so they only occupy one square?
Shrink key being?
Minus.
Minus. I think you need to be, like, promoted.
Yeah, it's not working over here.
Same here.
Yeah.
Alright, then I will promote the only two of you I trust. I decided at random. I don't actually trust anybody.
You shouldn't trust me anyway.
I think it's like 2 steps down and it fits.
Yeah, looks correct.
There we go.
Thank you. There's no way I'm anywhere near the front. Y'all get in front.
So we should sound off who is what Game Boy cartridge here.
Nadric will be... Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry.
Keeping in mind, there is still a turn order displayed on the screen that has not changed since last time we did this.
The Mega Man cartridge is Nimbletuft.
Final Fantasy Adventure is Laphak.
Tetris is Frederick.
Kirby's Dreamland is Nadric.
Pokemon Yellow is Umfiz.
Zelda is the noble and exalted ice swirls.
Is that her title? Like, do you demand that your entourage call you the noble and exalted ice swirls?
Hells yeah, I do.
I thought I was
Give me
gonna
a
get.
princess, I'm gonna play a princess.
I thought I was gonna get a little break by not having Nodal this week. So approaching the encampment, you see a group of 5 men shouting and waving their arms about, trying to scare off a pack of 4 snarling wolves that have begun to encircle the camp. The wolves, I'm going to say, are this little orange guy here is a wolf. Approaching from several different directions. And so, now's an excellent time to roll some initiative.
Alright.
So what you're going to do is roll a d20, add your initiative bonus, which is your dexterity modifier. The little number under the big number in your dexterity box. So the men are standing around the recently butchered remains of a sheep, and these wolves are circling in menacingly to come in. And as if on cue, the wolves tighten their orbits, approaching the terrified men. So, Nimbletuft.
22.
20, you know there's only 20 sides on the die, right?
I know.
And Nadric.
Nadric acts on 11. That's not here. I felt I had to do it.
And Lumberbearer.
8.
8. And Frederick.
12.
Umfiz.
12.
And the noble and exalted ice swirls.
I act at 11.
Okay.
Did you have to roll a 17 to act at that?
Something like
Act
that,
it.
yeah.
That's a pretty good roll.
So I get to roll 2d20s. And I probably also should get a scratch pad going here.
Probably.
See, when I lost power, my laptop didn't actually go down.
That's nice.
That is nice, but I still lost my internet connection.
Okay, who labeled the Pokemon Yellow cartridge with my name?
That was
Names are scrambled. So they're all labeled,
They're all named correctly.
Oh yeah, now they are labeled. Okay, good.
No,
but they're all labeled wrong.
Someone did.
No,
someone did
the Tetris is correct.
Same here.
Yellow's wrong. And
I think I was accidentally naming them according to your tabletop colors. So like I saw the yellow one and I was like, oh, that must be dtsund because he's yellow.
Everything's wrong. So, you see the 4 wolves are tightening in on these 5 merchants. They've got in the middle here the remnants of a fire and also this butchered up sheep carcass they were about to have for dinner, but the wolves looked at this sheep carcass and said, you know what, we should have that for dinner and also these merchants. So, Nimbletuft, you're up.
Alright, Nimbletuft's going to start out by... I'm assuming that for purposes of one shot, we're not going to worry about ammo.
Yeah, no, don't worry about ammo.
Yeah, okay.
I should have mentioned that some of you have negative modifiers to your Umfiz and Parsley in particular. Umfiz is not supposed to be able to use a longbow, and Parsley is supposed to have disadvantage at daylight. We're not worrying about either of those either.
Alright. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to take a shot at this wolf here.
Do it.
Where's my dice? Rolling d6s again. Haven't done that in a while.
It's weird going back to just the one dice.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we don't have. They're not surprised, so no
No.
sneak attack for now.
Nobody's surprised.
Yeah, so that's gonna be just a base. Oh wait! I didn't roll my hit dice.
Yeah, Nick.
I should probably do that first.
Yeah, this is an
It's
orphan.
like
you
it's
don't
like
get
I've never
free
played
hits.
this game before, right? That is a mere 12 to hit.
Nope, doesn't do it.
All right, in that case, Nimbletuft's gonna go back behind here, use his cunning action to hide. So that's a stealth roll, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, let's wait. That's a 20 on stealth.
Okay.
So that's the end of my turn.
And the wolves approach in on these men and start growling and gnashing and trying to get at the meats. The one that you shot spins around. Doesn't see you hiding behind the tent, but sees the rest of you guys. Are these names accurate now?
No. Yellow is supposed to be
You can
Umfiz.
right click on a thing to name it. You don't need.
Oh, okay.
And not seeing who fired the arrow, the wolf shoots down at Frederick Eustachio. You have an AC, I'm sure. It's only 11.
My AC is 11, yes.
So this wolf, coming at the obviously hostile adventurers coming up behind them, leaps at Frederick, sinks his teeth into his leg. And that's going to do 10 piercing damage.
Ooh.
Make sure when you modify your hit points, modify the top number, not the bottom number. The bottom number is your maximum.
I appear to be shedding blood.
That brings us to question marks. What could the question marks be? Which now brings us to Frederick.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and retaliate against that wolf with, let me see here, Mind Thrust.
Okay.
And before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put 3 psi points into that.
3 psi points. You can only spend 2.
I'm pretty sure. What level am I?
3.
Yeah, I think the document actually said at level 3 I can spend 3.
Can you spend 3?
Yeah.
Okay, then go ahead and spend 3. Oh, I have your psi maximum listed as 2 on the sheet. Goliath was on the sheet for now. You just opened the book, didn't you? You were just about to.
I had the PDF open already.
Oh. No, we'll change that to 3 then for the session.
Okay. Should I still go with 2 now, or?
No, well, psi maximum's 3 is fine.
Okay.
It's not going to matter. It's a wolf.
That's a 6 to hit.
That hits.
And okay, so this is going to do 4d8 damage.
That's correct. Yes.
With the 6 hits?
When he's using
It's-
Mind Thrust, he's not targeting AC. He's targeting the wolf's
Gotcha.
intelligence score.
Gotcha.
And animals have very low intelligence.
Yeah.
Lovely.
8, 13,
Oh,
Jesus.
27 damage to that wolf.
And a lot of you just watch as this something in this wolf's brain it starts twitching, and then gooey stuff starts leaking out his nose and ears, and it just drops to the ground and moves no more.
we have wolf pulp.
I hate it when he does that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Are you moving or staying put?
I'm just gonna stay here and stand with a little smile of satisfaction over that wolf.
I mean, your leg is still burning, like, because it has this deep bite in it, and pain is shooting up. So, just trying to gauge the actual size of the smile on your face at the moment.
Just a very small one.
Okay.
Now I need to find out where my psi points are stored in this sheet.
I have it at the very top of features and traits, psi points 14 of 14. That brings us
there
to
it is.
Umfiz.
Wait, can I hit this wolf from here with my longbow?
Oh yeah, Longbow has
Alright.
crazy range.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
D20 plus your dexterity mod with the bow.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's 3.
Wow.
3? What did you
Yeah.
roll?
I rolled a
You
1.
rolled a 1.
I mean, you're trying to fire an arrow at this wolf, but the melee, the wolves are going at it. This merchant here has this big haunch of meat trying to wrestle it free from this wolf. In the chaos and confusion, your arrow just instead disappears into one of the tents. Nadric.
Alright. Moving up to there and casting.
Okay.
Spell goes off is Compelled Duel on targeting this one.
Compelled Duel. Would you like to tell the class what that spell does?
Compelled Duel. But Cliff Notes says target saves wisdom. Failure causes target to have disadvantage on attack rolls on anyone else but me. Must make a wisdom save to move more than 30 feet away from me. And the spell ends if I attack any other creature.
And it failed its wisdom save mightily. So that wolf, you have compelled it to duel you.
Good. It was only DC is only 12, by the way.
Yeah, it rolled a 9. That brings us to Parsley.
Someone just got bit up real good. I think Cure Wounds are in order. And move a little bit more just behind everyone else. Frederick, you're getting a D8 Cure Wounds. And what's my spell modifier? Just checking, so I know how many negatives to apply.
You won't be
You don't
applying
want to,
negatives to
though.
spells, because your charisma is 14, modifier is +2.
I was hoping so.
Yes, bards use charisma to cast.
Good. Alright, so you get your D8. Oh, I should probably be clicking so that I can roll it. Don't go off the table. Yeah!
That's some pretty healthy roll right there.
You might be back up to full with that. No.
No, I'm one.
Very close.
I'm one shy.
You're 9, so have fun.
Thank
And
you.
Lumberbearer.
Right. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm gonna use my other action, or use my attack action to move again.
So you're dashing straight up into the melee?
Yeah. 3.
Okay.
4. And as a bonus action, I will enter Rage. Right there. Did you get that?
Yes, so a raging barbarian, because we didn't have any barbarians on the PC side of things during Flumph, but he gets a bunch of benefits. Advantage on strength checks and saves, he gets a bonus to his weapon attacks, he gets resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, but he automatically exits his rage if he goes a full turn without hitting something or being hit. So at the end of his next turn, if he hasn't either dealt or taken an attack, his rage goes away. That brings us back to Nimbletuft.
Right, Nimbletuft's gonna come around here. And, well, let's see. I have to do it at a point I can see. So about right. Let's say right here is gonna be a minor illusion.
Of what?
Of a 5-foot cube. Not like a perfect cube, but just a bunch of meat piled on top of meat. Trying to get the wolves off of these guys. So there's just this smorgasbord of just animal carcasses and steaks and things all right here.
So are we specifying a type of meat, or is it just like non-specific, like Taco Bell meat?
It's meat.
It's meat, yeah, it's meaty.
It's meat. Trademark. MEET.
Right.
So it's Castlevania wall meat.
Yeah, it's MEEF.
Yeah, he's got meat.
MEEF.
Alright, so there's a pile of meat sitting there now. That brings us back to wolves.
You better come at me, bro. (18 AC).
Alright, let's do Nadric first. You said 18 is your AC?
Yep.
That's a miss. And then we'll do Lumberbearer. That's also a miss. So this pile of meat appears on the ground. And the first wolf, the one you compelled, Nadric, doesn't seem to notice it. It darts directly for you and starts gnashing about your armor but can't find purchase. The second wolf is kind of distracted by the meat, but sees that the barbarian is between, and this campfire as well, is between him and the meat, and decides to take out the raged barbarian first, but he as well misses. The third one breaks and dives into it, gnashing his teeth, and when he lands in the middle of what is this non-corporeal pile of illusionary meat, the slavering wolf starts looking around angrily. And now I get to spawn in more
Question
dudes.
mark.
For also enticed, partially by the smell of the butchered sheep, and partially by the sight of the meat, 2 swarms of ravens come swirling down out of the sky. The first one comes in at the Meef, but again finds that it is illusionary and is not actually real. The next swarm descends upon... Oops, wrong space. Descends upon the Barbarian. Whose AC... Oh, that might hit, actually. Yes, that is a hit. So let me roll damage on that. This means your rage doesn't go away, though.
Yay.
So that's nice. I have stats in the monster manual for a rhinoceros, and one day I'm going to use them.
Is that a threat or a promise?
Both.
Surprise, rhinoceros mount.
That cool safari module.
Lumberbearer, 6 points of piercing damage. As these ravens descend and start pecking at you and the wolf and this merchant as it's swirling around.
How does resistance work? Does it just happen?
You can
This
use
is
your
new to me, I
reaction, your stone's endurance. You could, as a reaction, you can reduce damage from one source by a d12 plus 4. You can do that once per rest.
No, I'm looking at the. I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Oh, right,
so-
yeah, that just chops in half. Chop in half,
Cool.
round down. Did Eric really not have resistance all through Flumph?
No,
It never
he
came up?
really didn't. He resisted
didn't.
nothing.
So yeah, just take the damage and just chop it in half. That's going to bring
Done.
us to Frederick.
Well, this worked well. This worked pretty well once, so I'm going to just go ahead and do it again. This wolf right here.
Okay.
I'm going to do the same thing. Well, that move called again. Mind
Mind
thrust.
thrust.
I'm not going to use 3 points this time. That was probably overkill.
It was a little bit overkill, yes.
I'm just going to go ahead and use 1 psi point this time.
Okay.
That is 12 to hit.
That hits.
And 2d8 this time. Wow!
Much better.
Snake eyes. Yeah, 2 damage to that wolf.
Okay.
It can't be snake eyes. These dice don't have pips.
Who ever looks at Snake's eyes?
I'm always looking at his butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
So you try to mind thrust this wolf, but you fail to find strong purchase in his head. And he's so focused on eating this barbarian. Now these ravens have come out of nowhere. You don't manage to strike a meaty blow to his brain. Umfiz.
Oh, I'm gonna over here and try to aim for these crows with my longbow.
Okay, shooting the swarm. Roll it.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Rolled another 1.
Another one. It's not going to do it. And it's just difficult finding a target and just this swarm of birds in the air, and the arrow just goes flying through them. Nadric.
There's the wind up and the swing. Let's do it. There goes the die. It goes flinging up, and wow. we're rolling cellar tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 9 to hit on the wolf in front of me.
Not going to do it. I gave you, what, a great axe?
You give me a flail.
A flail?
Yep.
Flails
Yeah.
are dumb.
Yeah.
Should have gotten a
But
great
the-
axe.
If you
Yeah,
had a
so-
great
yeah,
axe, you would have hit.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, Nadric
Yeah,
fails to land a blow on the wolf with his flail.
Wings wide.
He flails to land a hit.
Flails to land a hit. That brings us back to Parsley.
I'm gonna move up a little bit
Okay.
and call out with the sharpest, crispest, and probably the best note you've ever heard, and throw a bardic inspiration die over at Laphak.
Okay.
I thought she
Laphak?
clanged her triangle.
Yeah. It's the best note. It's the only note you'll ever need.
And
I'm glad there's a nodal in spirit here. I'm really happy about that.
that, we didn't mention, but yes, Parsley's musical instrument is the triangle. So the note rings out clear and true, and Lumberbear, you just feel invigorated by it. Yes.
Oh yes, a
This-
C sharp.
No. It's the D.
Okay.
Wait, you're saying
Wow.
you gave Laphak the D. So it gives you a bardic inspiration die. I'm sure you know how those work. It's a D6 you can use on any
D6,
attack roll,
okay.
saving throw, or ability check. Only a D6 with this level bard. I know you're more accustomed to Fred's D10s, but...
Alright.
And Lumberbearer.
Let's see. Let's go after the wolf because I think it's been hit already.
It hasn't been physically hit, but yes, it's been damaged.
It's mentally hit.
Frederick hurt its feelings a little bit.
I turned your
about
bardic
all I do.
inspiration.
Is a 26.
Yeah, that's
That's a hit.
Roll the damage. I gave Lumberbearer the great axe.
Oh,
Parsley's getting her money's worth out of these mercenaries, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what.
Oh, I wouldn't
that
expect anything else.
is +4. It's
We are
It's
definitely
7
the kind of
damage.
mercenaries. The parts they would hire.
7 damage
7.
on the wolf.
And riding the high from the D that has shrilled out from the other side of the battlefield, you bring your great axe down and you lop off this wolf's tail. And that's Nimbletuft.
Alright, gonna fire an arrow into this wolf chowing down on the meat.
Okay. Well, he's not chowing down. There's nothing here to actually chow down on.
Close enough.
Okay.
So that's gonna be, what I think, a 24?
You're good.
Did it hit? Yep. This isn't a sneak attack. Well, I was hidden. Did he beat my... Did his passive perception beat it? Is this a sneak attack or not?
You came out... Did you hide again?
I was already hidden when I cast the spell. And then he came running over.
You have to hide again after you cast the spell, though.
Gotcha. Okay.
Casting a spell or launching attack brings you out of hiding.
Okay. So this is just a 6 damage?
6?
Mhm.
That'd have been enough to kill this one over here with the hurt feelings. And you do. The
And
wolf
missing
is
tail.
standing there glaring around angrily about what's happening, and he looks in your direction, and as soon as he does, you put an arrow in his haunch. And he's got these ravens here who are starting to take out their aggression on him, which is... It's just like a
Then
whole
I'm
other
gonna-
thing.
Then I'm gonna pop around the corner and hide again.
And hide. Okay.
So-
So yeah, roll that.
Make that stealth roll. That's a... What is my stealth? It's a 16.
16? Okay. So you throw yourself up underneath part of the flap on this tent.
Mhm.
Alright, we're going to start with Nimbletufts. And you hear the wolf come around the tent, looking for you, like snapping with its claws and teeth at the cloth of the tent where you're hiding, but it's not able to find you. And Nadric,
Hey,
think that'll hit. That does not hit.
18.
Again, his claws just land ineffectually on your armor. And Lumberbearer.
Hmm.
If this wolf is biting you, you can't feel it. Because you're just, you're so mad, but also inspired. Nadric again.
Yeah.
That'll hit. As the ravens descend down on you and find mostly about your face and eyes is where the pecking happens. That's going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
Jesus.
And I just crit the lumber bearer.
Uh-oh.
He can resist this, though. That's too many numbers. I gotta open calc.exe.
That's what I want to hear.
So that's 7 points of piercing damage. That's after your resistance.
Okay.
So it was 15, and I reduced that for you. So the ravens
Cool.
start swarming in between the tents. Seems like they're going in and harassing the same targets as the wolves. Trying to pick up any morsels left behind. That brings us back to Frederick.
Well, I see what's going on over by Nadric. And I see Nadric whiff twice. So I just decided to take care of the wolf for him.
Okay.
This will be 2 psi points this time.
Okay.
That will definitely hit.
Yes.
So we got 3d8, and this will do a total of 12 damage.
And Nadric watches with some disappointment as, again, the wolf twitches and goo comes leaking out of his eyes and ears. And falls to the ground. Moves no more. Umfiz.
Okay, gonna move up a little. And once again, longbow on ravens.
On ravens? Okay.
Okay, at that time it was 10.
Which one did you roll? Which one of these is yours?
This one.
This one here?
Yeah.
10 does not hit. Once again, the arrow enters the swarm but exits the other side. None of the ravens seem to have noticed. Nadric.
Alright. Go swiping at the murder of crows, I guess.
Knock him out of the air.
A lunk for 23 to hit.
That hits.
3 to damage, right? Yep, plus 3. On dice, thank you. 10 damage on that bunch of ravens.
You take a few good swings through the cloud of birds circling and swarming about your head. And you hack through. You feel your axe collide with a few of them in the air. And some of them drop dead around you. Not axe, flail. I said axe again, didn't I?
You did.
You have an axe flail.
It's an axe. The flail heads are little axes.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. It's you got the axe flail. Parsley.
Alrighty, I'm going to pop my head around here and try and take care of these guys with a sleep spell.
Okay.
Can I just hit those two? Do we have to get out circumferences, or are we going to be alright?
We're gonna have to get out the circumferences.
It's somewhere over here.
Okay.
It's far enough away over here.
But
if you want to get the shade...
that said,
shade.
Parsley's intelligence is 9. So, like, is her trigonometry really up to... No, you're fine.
Alright. Alrighty. Let's do this. All the dice!
A lot of dice.
Dude, it's 5d8. Alright, do any of them have more than 10, 19, 25 hit points?
No.
Then they're down.
Lumber Bear.
Hmm.
From where you're standing next to these...
And it's the most tired sounding little ding you've ever heard. It's still a D. It's still a D, but it's just whimpered.
We've got these, like, Barbie's Lamborghini pink dice over here.
I love them.
All of the birds swarming around you and this merchant and this other wolf fall to the ground with satisfying, just soft little thump sounds. Thump, 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 thump. They'll just fall asleep in mid-flight and drop to the ground. And it's your turn.
Alright. Let's finish the wolf then. That is a 22.
That hits.
Sweet. For 9 damage.
9 damage. And cleave this wolf in twain, and it yelps as it dies at your feet.
I let out a little apology because I think that would be appropriate.
You're the worst barbarian ever.
Yeah, but my spirit animal's a wolf, man.
That's
Come
true.
on.
That's true.
Come on now.
These are bad wolves, though.
I know, but they're still
See, remember,
wolves.
he's in a rage as he's doing this. So it's like, I'm sorry!
I'm so sorry.
Nimbletuft.
Right, gonna sneak attack this wolf that's oblivious to my presence here.
You roll that with advantage.
Oh, right, with advantage. Okay,
That's better.
That's an 18 to hit.
That'll do it.
Okay. Base damage of 2. Well, what is it? 5, I think. Yeah, so base damage of 5 plus extra 2d6. So that's 12 all told.
Hey, and what were you sneak attacking with?
Oh, my short sword.
And you're following the movements of this wolf as it's clawing at the side of this tent where you've dived underneath. And you follow its movements, leading it along, and you suddenly, very quickly, stab out with your sword, and you feel it go straight through its neck. Draw your sword back, covered in blood, and the wolf slumps to the ground.
Okay.
There are no more wolves. Just horrible, horrible birds.
Nimbletuft's gonna fly over on top of this thing.
It's not strong enough to support your weight.
Oh, for some reason I thought these were like wagons, not rather than tents, but these are tents.
There should be a wagon, but I haven't drawn the wagon out. These are the tents they've got set up. But you're right, there is a wagon somewhere. If you'd like to draw the wagon off to the side, feel free.
We'll say the wagon is. Where? Oh, I'm the. I can't. Anyway, I'll just.
Nadric.
I'm just gonna walk over here.
Yeah.
And hide.
These ravens have tasted dwarf flesh this day, and they cannot be
Good for them.
sated. 12 more piercing damage.
Nadric's down.
Whoops.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Give yourself those 12 hit points back. I was looking at the wrong character sheet. You have way too much armor class. They didn't hit you at all.
Okay.
I was looking at Lumberbearer's character sheet. They hit the 14, but you got an 18. So no,
Yeah,
they
I
didn't
was-
hit you. You're fine.
Okay.
I was all excited. We were gonna get to ignore a dead character again.
But no, the ravens don't seem to find any purchase this time. One of them gets like stuck in your beard, and you got to fish him out. But other than that, you're no worse for wear. It brings us to Frederick.
I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can finish those ravens off. These
Okay.
ones. The ones that are still up in the air. As far as I'm concerned, Laphak can go step on the other ones.
Yeah, this pile of ravens over here is
Um,
they're fast asleep.
I'll throw one side point onto this. I don't think they warrant more than that.
Okay.
That'll be a 15 to hit.
That hits.
And 14 damage.
And all of the ravens swarming around the dwarf's beard fall to the ground in a pile. But unlike the pile near Lumberbear, this one is not sleeping peacefully. This one is very dead.
I like to imagine that like there's just this. The ravens aren't there anymore. There's just this cloud of feathers.
And that brings us to Umfiz.
Oh wait,
Okay.
before my turn ends, I'm going to use a bonus action to go ahead and throw up. What was it called again? Third eye, because why not?
Okay.
Now I'm done.
All right. Fizz is going to. Let's see, 5, 10. The spear is the reach weapon, right?
It's not reach. I think it's versatile, which means You can do more
102.
damage to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually only listed the versatile damage on there, but no, it's not reach.
Alright. So I got a longbow then.
Yeah.
Wow.
22.
Wow.
22?
That's a
Crit.
nat 20.
So yeah, you roll all your damage dice twice on the 20.
Okay.
Technically, he was supposed to roll that with advantage because they're asleep, but it ended up not mattering. So yeah,
Okay,
damage dice
isn't-
twice, modifier once.
Alright, that's an 8, and... Alright, that's,
Wow.
Alright, so 16, that's, 18 total damage.
Okay.
Well, we know what Umfiz is good for now.
And we found out where all Lumberbear's rolls went.
Umfiz steps up. He's getting a little flustered that none of his arrows are finding purchase, so he gets right up on top of this pile of sleeping ravens and says, "If I don't miss this, if I can't hit from this range, I'm gonna retire and be a haberdasher." He takes aim with the longbow, and the arrow pierces half the ravens in the swarm, killing them. And
This is
the
exactly how.
the last 2 or 3 ravens left wake up and begin flapping around very angrily, very confusedly.
They're still there?
Yeah, no, there's still a couple ravens left.
Oh. Alright.
Nadric,
This is exactly how you should play Duck Hunt.
right? I used to just put the zapper against the TV screen.
Right.
You are a nurse. You're the worst.
Are you saying you didn't do that?
And let's
I'm saying I knew better and just played Mario Bros.
flail about for some damage.
You get advantage on this attack roll.
Hey, rock on.
Yes.
Because you are within 5 feet of me.
That's a nat 20 on that one. So yeah, this is going to Hoyt.
Can you do less than 6 damage on this?
Well, I have a +3 to hit, so it is technically possible.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Or +3 to damage. So I could roll ones and deal 5 damage.
Oh, I thought that was a roll.
Nadric and Lumberbearer make a really good team if they're both fighting the same guy, because if they're within 5 feet of each other, anybody who doesn't target Nadric automatically gets disadvantage.
Well, it's only if I cast the spell.
No, it's your fighting style protection. I asked you if you read your character sheet. I did ask you if you read it. Did you read it?
You did. I did, and there's some things that that stuck with me and things that didn't, and just
No,
Yeah.
these ravens are very, very dead. But yes, anybody standing within 5 feet of Nadric, if a creature that's within 5 feet of both of them doesn't attack Nadric, that creature gets disadvantage. Because he's got his shield out. He can maneuver his shield in between. And when the threat is past, what do you guys do?
Before we get into that, Brick, a quick rules check.
Uh-oh.
Reckless attack. It says when making your first attack. Is that first attack of the combat or first attack of my round?
First attack of the round.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that only lasts for 1 round. The idea is that you can only make that decision on your first attack at the round, because
So it's
barbarians
if I had
eventually get extra
multiple
attacks.
Gotcha. Alright. Thank you, McLean.
There is a style of barbarian that McLean is talking about in chat right now, called the Berserker, that they can do what's called a Frenzy, which gives them additional bonuses on top of their rage. But if they do that, they gain a level of exhaustion after they come down off of it. But you're not a Berserker, you're a Totem Warrior. So you don't have that.
Are we in free move? I take it?
I think so.
Yeah, combat's over.
Alright, sweet.
The threats are now gone, and the merchants seem very appreciative that you have taken care of the danger for them.
I would like to speak to one of the merchants, whoever's in charge.
They're not in charge. Nobody in particular is in charge, and as the danger is gone, they come around the fire and take up positions. None of them are in charge. They are independent merchants that had come together to form this little ragtag caravan. The idea being they sunk a lot of money into travel to Lanador to pick up this huge shipment of grain and carry it further south. But when they arrived here, the shipment wasn't waiting. And now they don't have enough cash to go back to where they came from, and they're debating whether or not they should stay here and wait, or if they should move on or try to go back. In fact, they didn't even pay for the sheep that they butchered here. They've taken it from one of the local farms whose pen was open and their livestock was just running wild.
How long have they been in the area?
Only a couple of days.
Have they seen anybody else here?
Who is this Mega Man here? That is Nimbletuft.
That's Nimbletuft.
What is Nimbletuft doing at the moment?
Nimbletuft is hungrily eyeing the meat.
As Nimbletuft is hungrily eyeing the meat, the merchant he's sitting next to is hungrily eyeing Nimbletuft. And as Nimbletuft reaches out to take part of the meat for himself, you feel the merchant's hand on your thigh. And when you look over startled, he's giving you bedroom eyes.
Oh my.
So the question was, have they seen anybody else? Was that the question?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have they seen any other humans around? Or sentient people?
Just the villagers. Just the people of Lanador, and when they answer that question, they do so with a bit of hostility in their voice, a bit of disappointment. Because the villagers have been of no help to them whatsoever.
Nimbletuft will whisper to this guy. He's like, make your deal. Give me your share of the meal.
What's the other side of that deal?
And he looks back at one of the tents.
And he very excitedly takes his portion of the sheep and relinquishes it to you.
Alright, well, Nimbletuft will chow down and walks over to the tent.
Get a leg for a leg.
And the merchant joins Nimbletuft inside the tent.
Wow.
That happened quickly.
What's my passive perception? Because I'm assuming that I can't even tell that happened.
Oh, everybody noticed it. Everybody saw it.
Nadric rubs his temple like, oh my god.
What everybody else just saw was this merchant kind of getting a little grabby with Nimbletuft, and who, by the way, is a bird man. Like, let's not...
Bird person.
No, he's a bird man. He's a male Aarakocra, and which is going to make this very awkward, I think.
Hey, there is no frisky business going on in my hired party.
Frederick is going to spend a psi point to activate his tremor sense.
His tremor sense? That tent's a rockin'.
Would one of you go over there and interrupt?
Umfiz will go over and tell him to stop screwing around.
Sorry, I
Phrasing.
shouldn't interrupt this, but I just got an achievement unlocked for Tabletop Simulator called Dedication.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So, the other merchants are watching as their friends, their companion takes the bird creature into the tent, and they don't look pleased. They look... A couple of them are blushing with shame.
Frederick just looks at them with a completely deadpan look on his face. He just says matter-of-factly, "Yes, it's happening."
I turn back to them and say, "No worries on your part. I just like to keep my men in order."
Laphak wants no part of this, so he's sort of taking up a perimeter outside the tents looking for other threats that might come by.
You guys hear a couple loud squawks.
But the merchants don't seem to know exactly what's going on in town. What they say is, when they arrived, they got to town, nobody was here to receive their shipment that they brought in. They still have the same goods on their cart that they left the previous town, which are now starting to go bad. They're fruits and things that have relatively short shelf life that usually do a good sale in a town the size of Lanador.